The story begins on a quiet day when humanity discovers that they are no longer alone in the universe. A signal from deep space reaches Earth, carrying a message from the Zerans, an alien race with technology so advanced that they have conquered countless worlds across the galaxy. The Zerans have studied Earth from a distance and decided that it's time to bring humanity into their fold, or crush them if they refuse. The Zeran Empire sends an official message, arrogantly declaring that Earth's primitive species will now bow before their superior power. In their message, they mock humans as insignificant insects, unworthy of survival. The Zeran Emperor's voice echoes through the transmission, claiming that humanity's time has come to an end. Earth will be destroyed, and any survivors will be enslaved. As the message ends, the world holds its breath. But something strange happens. Just hours later, the galaxy receives a shocking report: a Zeran ship has been found drifting in deep space, completely destroyed. There are no signs of an attack or a collision, no explanation at all. It's as if the ship simply vanished, disintegrating in the vacuum of space. This mysterious event sends ripples of fear and confusion throughout the Zeran Empire. The Emperor, already angry over his decision to target Earth, grows furious. He orders an immediate fleet to be dispatched to Earth. The message is clear: humanity must be wiped out before it can pose any more danger to the Empire. The Zeran fleet, led by massive warships and accompanied by powerful drones, appears on the outskirts of Earth's orbit. Their presence is overwhelming, hundreds of ships that dwarf anything humanity has ever seen. From the perspective of the Zeran fleet, Earth is a small, insignificant world, ripe for the taking. The Emperor's forces believe that the humans will cower in fear, helpless against their might. However, what the Zerans don't know is that humanity has been preparing. For years, the best minds of Earth have been working in secret to develop technology capable of defending against even the most formidable of threats. Advanced cloaking devices, never before seen by alien eyes, are now part of Earth's arsenal. Orbital defense platforms, armed with energy weapons that can rip apart entire fleets, stand ready in high orbit, hidden by the cloak of invisibility. As the alien fleet moves into position, humanity waits in silence. The tension builds. The Zeran ships approach Earth, unaware that they are about to walk straight into a trap. The world holds its breath, knowing that the fate of the planet depends on this first strike. Earth's defenses are set, and its soldiers stand ready to fight for survival. Suddenly, Zeran AI systems detect something out of place. The advanced sensors aboard their ships begin to beep frantically, alerting the crew to an anomaly. Human warships, ships that should have been invisible, are now appearing on their radar, locking onto the Zeran fleet. The advanced cloaking technology developed by Earth's engineers has worked. The Zeran forces don't know how to react. The ambush has already begun. The humans have anticipated this moment for years. They know that if they are to survive, they must fight back against the overwhelming power of the Zerans. And so, in the dark of space, they strike first. The hidden ships of Earth fire their weapons, disrupting the calm of the Zeran fleet. At first, the Zerans are disoriented. This is not the easy conquest they expected. Their ships are struck by energy blasts that send shockwaves through their ranks. In the chaos, the Zeran fleet begins to scatter, trying to regain control, but the humans are already on the offensive. The Zeran fleet's advanced AI struggles to make sense of the situation. The systems that should have easily detected human ships are failing. The humans are invisible, but their weapons are not. The Zerans know they are being hunted, and they begin to panic. Their commanders order evasive maneuvers, but they are too late. Earth's forces, equipped with advanced railguns and AI-controlled drones, continue to strike, picking off ships one by one. The orbital defense platforms, hidden for years beneath the cloak of invisibility, now come online. Massive energy beams rip through space, targeting the Zeran ships with deadly accuracy. In this opening battle, humanity's forces don't just fight, they dominate. The first wave of the Zeran fleet is pushed back, leaving them in disarray. But even as the humans celebrate their early victory, they know that this is only the beginning. The Xeran Emperor, enraged by the loss of his fleet, orders a massive reinforcement of ships to launch an all-out attack on Earth. The war is far from over. The Xerans will not give up so easily. As the battle rages on, the humans prepare for the worst. They know that the real fight is just starting. The Xerans, despite their initial shock, will regroup. Their technology is far superior, and they will stop at nothing to destroy Earth. But humanity's resolve is stronger than the Xeran Emperor could ever imagine. Earth's forces are united in their fight to survive, and they will use every advantage at their disposal. The first moments of the battle set the tone for the war to come. Humanity has shown that they are capable of more than the Xerans ever expected. They have struck back with precision, ingenuity, and unwavering determination. The Xerans may have advanced technology, but they do not understand the human spirit. As the Xeran reinforcements make their way toward Earth, the tension continues to build. The fate of the planet hangs in the balance. The humans are ready, but the Xerans are coming with all their might. Will Earth survive this initial assault, or will the alien invaders succeed in their quest for domination? The suspense is unbearable as the stage is set for an epic conflict. The question remains: how long can humanity hold its ground against an alien race that has conquered worlds? The answer will shape the future of Earth, and the galaxy. After the initial shock of the Xeran assault, humanity's resilience becomes evident. Despite being vastly outgunned, Earth's defenders are determined to fight back. The Xeran fleet, now regrouping, expects to see humans cowering in fear, but instead, they are met with unexpected resistance. Humanity's first line of defense is its cutting-edge technology, developed in secret for years. One of Earth's most advanced inventions is the cloaking device, capable of hiding ships from the eyes of even the most sophisticated alien sensors. These invisible ships strike with precision, appearing suddenly in the midst of the Xeran fleet, launching attacks before the invaders even have a chance to react. Along with the cloaking technology, humans also employ AI-driven drones, small but powerful machines that can carry out complex missions with speed and accuracy. The drones fly through space, carrying weapons that destroy enemy ships or disable their systems, often without the Xerans even realizing what's happening until it's too late. Fast-paced space combat fills the screen as human ships and drones weave through the battlefield. Orbital bombardments from Xeran warships rain down on Earth, their weapons aimed at the cities below. The humans, however, are swift and strategic. They dodge the attacks with incredible agility, using their cloaking technology and quick reflexes to stay one step ahead of the aliens. Human ships zip through space, launching counterattacks with advanced energy weapons that cause massive explosions in the Xeran ranks. The humans have not only adapted to the technology of their enemies, but they've also outsmarted them at every turn. But humanity's greatest weapon isn't just its technology, it's the human spirit. As the battle rages on, the humans reveal their true strength, their adaptability. They start to hack into Xeran systems, using captured technology to turn the tide of the war. The humans have learned the language of the Xeran AI, and with this newfound knowledge, they manage to disable the Xeran fleet's AI control systems. The result is immediate and chaotic. The once precise and coordinated Xeran ships now drift aimlessly, their systems confused and paralyzed. The Xeran fleet, once a well-oiled war machine, now faces the terrifying possibility of total disarray. Their ships are no longer working together as they should, and confusion sets in. The humans, taking advantage of this weakness, launch a coordinated counterattack, knocking out more of the alien ships. The Xeran commanders on the front line struggle to regain control of their forces, but they find themselves outmatched by the humans' resourcefulness and determination. One of the most critical moments in the battle comes when Commander Lena Grant, a brilliant human tactician, leads a daring ambush against the Xeran fleet's command ship. Grant, known for her quick thinking and fearless leadership, coordinates an attack on the Xeran flagship, an enormous vessel that serves as the heart of the alien fleet. Using Earth's cloaking technology, Grant's forces get within striking range without being detected. Then, with perfect timing, they launch their surprise assault, damaging the flagship and throwing the Xeran fleet into chaos. The attack is a massive success, but it doesn't come without a price. During the attack, Commander Grant's ship takes severe damage, and she barely escapes with her life. The Xeran fleet now finds itself not only weakened by the loss of its AI control but also reeling from the destruction of its command vessel. For the first time in the war, the Xeran Empire suffers a major setback, and humanity proves that they are capable of fighting back against an invincible foe. However, the Xeran Emperor, furious at the losses his forces have suffered, is determined to crush humanity once and for all. He orders a ground invasion, convinced that humans will be no match for the alien soldiers once they set foot on Earth. The Emperor believes that no matter how strong Earth's technology is, humanity will be overwhelmed on their own planet. The battle for Earth's survival will now move from the stars to the ground. The Xeran ground forces, elite soldiers equipped with powerful exoskeletons and advanced weapons, begin their descent to Earth's surface. The invasion begins with a terrifying show of force. Giant dropships descend from the sky, releasing thousands of Xeran troops into Earth's atmosphere. The humans, still reeling from the earlier space battle, must now face the terrifying reality of an alien invasion on their own soil. As the Xeran forces land on Earth, the tension reaches a fever pitch. Will humanity's defenders be able to stop the invasion, or will they be crushed by the overwhelming force of the Xeran army? The suspense is palpable as humans scramble to organize their defenses. Earth's forces, despite being vastly outnumbered, are determined to fight back. Ambushes, guerrilla warfare, and the use of Earth's terrain give the humans a chance to level the playing field. Even with the Xeran's superior technology, the humans' creativity, tenacity, and resourcefulness make them a force to be reckoned with. The Xeran Emperor, confident that the invasion will succeed, is unaware of how fierce and unpredictable humanity can be. The first few clashes on Earth are brutal and chaotic, but it becomes clear that humanity will not go down without a fight. The humans' adaptability, their ability to use enemy technology, and their unwavering spirit will be key to their survival. As the Xeran invasion unfolds, humanity braces for the biggest fight of its existence. The Xeran forces are stronger, but humanity is relentless. The question now is, can humanity push back the invaders once again, or will Earth fall to the might of the Xeran Empire? The battle has only just begun, and both sides are preparing for the ultimate confrontation. Suspense and tension continue to build as the humans dig in and prepare for the ground assault. The story ends with the knowledge that the fate of Earth lies in the hands of its resilient defenders, who will stop at nothing to protect their home. The audience is left wondering, can humanity survive the Xeran invasion, or will they face their ultimate defeat? The answer will come in the next chapter of the epic war for Earth's survival. The Xeran ground forces land on Earth, expecting to easily overpower the planet's inhabitants. But as soon as their feet touch the surface, they are shocked by what they find. Earth is nothing like the worlds they have conquered before. The environment is a harsh and unpredictable death world, filled with dangers that the Xerans were not prepared for. The first thing the Xerans notice is Earth's gravity. It's slightly stronger than the gravity on their homeworld, and it quickly tires them out. The extra weight on their bodies makes movement slower and more exhausting. Even their advanced exoskeletons, designed for combat, have difficulty adjusting to Earth's gravity. The Xerans, used to far more controlled environments, find themselves struggling with the unexpected strain of the planet's pull. But it's not just gravity that challenges them. Earth's weather is chaotic, and the atmosphere is full of volatile storms. Violent lightning strikes, intense winds, and sudden rainstorms make the ground even more treacherous. The Xerans, who have never experienced anything like Earth's unpredictable climate, quickly find themselves at a disadvantage. Their equipment, designed for perfect conditions, begins to malfunction or break down under the pressure of the planet's fury. It becomes clear that Earth's natural environment is a force to be reckoned with. But the true danger lies in Earth's wildlife. The animals here are far more aggressive and deadly than anything the Zerans have encountered before. Huge predators, venomous creatures, and swarming insects create constant threats for the invaders. The Zeran soldiers are unprepared for this level of danger, and their advanced weapons and technology offer little protection against nature's wrath. On the other hand, humanity has long adapted to the planet's conditions. Earth's harsh environment is second nature to humans. They know how to survive in the face of storms, wild animals, and the unpredictable forces of nature. While the Zerans struggle, the humans use their intimate knowledge of the land to their advantage. They understand how to blend into the environment, how to move quickly and silently, and how to use the planet's features to hide from or ambush the invaders. This is where humanity's guerrilla tactics come into play. The humans, using camouflage and environmental traps, launch surprise attacks on the unsuspecting Zerans. They have the advantage of the land itself. They set traps using the dense forests, mountains, and urban ruins to their advantage, creating deadly ambushes that confuse and disrupt the Zeran forces. Fast-moving exosuits, powered by human ingenuity, allow Earth's soldiers to strike quickly, darting in and out of the battle before the Zerans can react. The Zeran invaders are used to fighting in controlled environments, but on Earth, they are in a constant state of surprise. Every step they take, every turn they make, could lead them into an unpredictable danger. Their technology, though powerful, cannot protect them from the full force of Earth's death world. And this gives humanity the edge. The Zerans begin to lose confidence in their technological superiority as they struggle to adapt to Earth's unforgiving environment. Amidst the chaos and the brutal fighting, we are introduced to Sergeant Bonner, a key human soldier who has already proven himself as a leader. Bonner is known for his courage and resourcefulness, and he is one of the main figures guiding the human resistance. As the battle rages, Bonner's squad is tasked with protecting a group of civilians trying to escape the alien invasion. They find themselves surrounded by Zeran soldiers, with no clear way out. In a selfless act, Sergeant Bonner makes the ultimate sacrifice to ensure the civilian survival. He holds off the Zeran forces, buying enough time for the civilians to escape into the dense forests. Bonner, despite his best efforts, is ultimately overwhelmed by the alien invaders. His death is heroic, and it creates a strong emotional bond between the audience and his character. Bonner's sacrifice becomes a symbol of human resilience, showing that the humans are willing to fight and die for each other. His death is a tragic but powerful reminder of what is at stake in the battle for Earth. The audience feels the loss deeply, as Bonner's bravery inspires others to continue the fight, no matter the cost. As the Zeran forces suffer unexpected losses and struggle against the challenges of Earth's environment, their belief in their superior technology begins to crack. The Zeran Emperor, once so confident in the might of his fleet, starts to realize that Earth is not an easy target. The constant disruptions to their plans, the unrelenting attacks by the humans, and the deadly challenges of the planet itself cause the Zerans to question their assumptions. The Zeran soldiers, once so certain of their technological dominance, are now uncertain and frustrated. Their weapons fail, their technology falters, and their soldiers begin to fear the planet they once thought would be an easy conquest. The constant surprises and losses cause them to doubt whether their advanced machines and weapons are truly enough to defeat humanity in this unforgiving environment. The suspense grows as we see the Zeran High Command making frantic decisions, trying to adapt to the changing situation. They are beginning to realize that Earth's greatest weapon is not just its technology or its military, but the human spirit, a force that cannot be easily broken. The tension reaches its peak as the humans prepare for even more brutal confrontations. The battle is far from over, and the fate of Earth hangs in the balance. The Zerans, once so confident, now face an enemy they cannot easily crush. The human resistance, fueled by the memory of soldiers like Sergeant Bonner, is more determined than ever to push back the invaders. The question remains, will the Zerans continue to underestimate humanity, or will they finally recognize that Earth's death world is not a place for the weak? The story ends with the cliffhanger of the next battle, as both sides prepare for the next phase of the war. The audience is left wondering what will happen next. Can humanity hold its ground against the Zeran Empire, or will Earth fall to the invaders? As the war against the Zeran invaders continues, the stakes reach a terrifying new height. Humanity is fighting for its survival, outnumbered and outgunned by an enemy that has crushed countless worlds. Yet, humans refuse to give up. Against all odds, they reveal their last resort weapon, a secret weapon that has been kept hidden for years, the Nova Lance. The Nova Lance is a massive energy cannon designed to be Earth's ultimate weapon against alien invaders. Built in secret by the best human scientists and engineers, it is capable of delivering an immense energy blast, powerful enough to disable even the most advanced Zeran warships. The sheer power of the Nova Lance could turn the tide of the entire war in humanity's favor. When the Zeran Empire launches their latest assault, hoping to wipe out the last remnants of human resistance, humanity's commanders give the order to activate the Nova Lance. The weapon is fired from Earth's orbit, making it appear like an unstoppable force of nature. A bright beam of energy shoots through the sky, traveling across space toward the Zeran fleet. As the beam travels through the vacuum of space, it creates a breathtaking spectacle, lighting up the dark void with a blinding brilliance. The energy blast strikes one of the Zeran warships with incredible force, splitting it apart like a twig being snapped in half. The shockwaves from the blast ripple outward, causing cascading explosions throughout the Zeran fleet. More Zeran ships are disabled in the blink of an eye, and the once confident alien invaders find themselves reeling from this devastating attack. The destruction of the Zeran warships is a visual masterpiece, as huge ships are torn apart, their debris scattered across space like confetti. The sight is a moment of triumph for humanity, showing that they are not so easily defeated. For the first time in the war, the humans have the upper hand, and the tide seems to be turning in their favor. However, despite the destruction caused by the Nova Lance, the Zeran Emperor is not ready to accept defeat. He is furious, but also desperate, and his pride does not allow him to back down. In a final act of desperation, the Emperor sends a massive wave of reinforcements, hoping to overwhelm the humans and crush them once and for all. The Zeran fleet, now bolstered by fresh reinforcements, moves toward Earth with renewed determination. The Zeran forces are more numerous than ever, and this time, they are armed with even more advanced technology and warships. The human forces, while victorious for the moment, are now facing their most dangerous final showdown. The Zeran Emperor, despite his immense power, underestimates humanity once again. He sees humans as weak, primitive creatures who cannot possibly stand against the might of the Zeran Empire. He believes that with enough reinforcements, he will be able to crush Earth's resistance. But he is gravely mistaken. Humanity's will to survive is stronger than anything the Emperor could have imagined. The humans, with their backs against the wall, prepare for a final stand. The Nova Lance is recharging, but the battle is far from over. As the Zeran fleet approaches Earth, the human soldiers brace themselves for one last battle. They know that this is their final chance to protect their planet, their families, and their future. The tension mounts as the final moments of the Nova Lance's recharge approach. The weapon must be fully charged before it can be fired again, and time is running out. The Zeran forces are closing in fast, and every second counts. As the cannon charges, the human soldiers fight desperately to hold back the alien onslaught. The enemy ships are coming at them in waves, unleashing everything they have to break through the human defenses. In the midst of this, the soldiers are working tirelessly to keep the invaders at bay, knowing that the fate of humanity rests on their shoulders. Laser blasts and explosions fill the air, as humans use every weapon at their disposal to fight back. The tension is palpable as the countdown to the Nova Lance's second shot begins. The battlefield is chaotic, with close-quarters combat, explosions, and the sound of weapons firing everywhere. The human soldiers are pushed to their limits, fighting with everything they have. They know that their survival depends on holding off the aliens for just a little longer. The final moments of the Nova Lance's charge are filled with suspense and uncertainty. Will the weapon be ready in time? Can humanity defeat the Xeran Empire and save Earth, or will the final wave of reinforcements crush them once and for all? As the Nova Lance nears full charge, the Xeran forces close in on Earth. The sky above is filled with the horrific sight of incoming warships, their weapons charging up, ready to unleash devastating firepower. The humans, exhausted but resolute, fight on with everything they have left. The final moments are filled with raw emotion. The soldiers are fighting not just for victory, but for their home, their families, and their very survival. The climactic moment arrives as the Nova Lance powers up and is fired once more, sending another blinding energy beam across space. The Xeran fleet braces for impact, but this time, the beam is even more powerful than before. The shockwaves ripple across the sky as multiple Xeran warships are obliterated in an instant, their massive forms torn apart by the unstoppable energy. The human resistance has stayed strong, and with the Nova Lance's devastating power, they have gained the upper hand once again. But even with the Xeran fleet retreating, the final battle for Earth is far from over. Humanity's struggle continues, but the victory is now within reach. The audience is left on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in humanity's fight for survival. As the war between humanity and the Xeran Empire reaches new levels of violence and desperation, the very fabric of the Xeran command structure begins to unravel. On the battlefield, where humans are fiercely fighting to protect Earth, a different kind of battle is taking place in the shadows, one that could change the course of the war forever. General Vakra, a high-ranking officer in the Xeran military, is a fierce and loyal servant of the Emperor, with a reputation for his military prowess. He has seen countless worlds fall under the power of the Xeran Empire, and he has always believed in the superiority of his people. But something has changed. The resilience, ingenuity, and fierce will of humanity have begun to eat away at his convictions. The more he watches human soldiers fight back, despite their disadvantage, the more he starts to question the Emperor's orders. General Vakra is torn. He has spent his life serving the Xeran Empire, but now he finds himself struggling to reconcile his loyalty to an empire that shows no mercy with his growing respect for humanity's bravery. The way humans fight, with determination and sacrifice, has made him doubt the righteousness of his cause. His internal conflict grows, and the seeds of betrayal are sown. As the war escalates, General Vakra begins to secretly disrupt the Xeran war effort. He knows the risk: if the Emperor finds out, he will be executed immediately. But he can no longer stand by and watch his people destroy a species that, in his eyes, is worthy of survival. He starts sabotaging key operations, intentionally undermining the Xeran forces from within. The balance of power in the war begins to shift as General Vakra's actions start to have a real impact. His undermining of Xeran operations creates confusion and disarray among the invaders. The once unbeatable Xeran war machines begin to malfunction, and their strategies become less coordinated. Meanwhile, human forces, now more unified than ever, continue to push back, gaining ground on the battlefield. General Vakra's sabotage is subtle at first, but it grows in magnitude. He secretly aids human forces, providing them with crucial intelligence about Xeran troop movements and weak points in their defense systems. He helps them hack into Xeran communication networks, feeding false information to the invaders and causing chaos in their ranks. The humans, who once appeared as an underdog force, now begin to see real victories that might just turn the tide of the war. Despite the growing success of his covert efforts, General Vakra remains deeply conflicted. He knows that his actions will likely lead to his execution if they are discovered, but the greater good of helping humanity triumphs in his heart. His redemption is born out of necessity, but it is also driven by a deep sense of honor that he has lost in the service of the Xeran Empire. As General Vakra secretly aids the human forces, his transformation becomes a pivotal part of the story. The shift from a loyal Xeran officer to a covert ally of humanity is dramatic, and his personal journey becomes deeply emotional. At one point, during a critical mission, General Vakra is forced to rescue a human officer who is trapped behind enemy lines. This officer, a brave woman named Captain Rachel Saunders, has proven to be one of humanity's strongest leaders, and her capture would be a devastating blow to the resistance. General Vakra, risking everything, infiltrates the Ziran lines and saves Captain Saunders. His actions are not just about tactical advantage, they are a profound moment of personal redemption. When he pulls the human officer from the jaws of certain death, it marks his true turning point. He is no longer a member of the Ziran Empire, he has fully embraced his new cause. The emotional weight of this act strikes a deep chord with the audience, showing that even in the darkest times, redemption is possible. General Vakra's relationship with Captain Saunders begins to evolve into a deep and mutual respect, a bond that goes beyond military tactics. As the war continues, General Vakra's actions have far-reaching consequences. His sabotage efforts, combined with the increasingly effective human resistance, begin to break down the Ziran Empire's control over their forces. The once unified Ziran military structure begins to crack, and their command system falters under the pressure. In the midst of all this, the Ziran Emperor remains unaware of the betrayal happening within his ranks, even as his forces struggle to hold their ground. The suspense builds as the Ziran Emperor begins to notice the strange occurrences, units disappearing, operations failing, and key leaders being undermined. His confidence starts to waver as he realizes that his once perfect war machine is starting to fail. He has always believed that Ziran's superiority would crush humanity, but now, cracks in the system have begun to show. The Emperor's paranoia grows, but it is already too late. General Vakra and the human forces have disrupted too much for the Ziran Empire to recover. The final blow comes when General Vakra, working with Captain Saunders and other key human leaders, leads a daring mission to destroy the Ziran Emperor's command center. The mission is dangerous, filled with high stakes and constant risk, but it is the last step in ensuring that the Ziran Empire can never recover from the chaos within. General Vakra's betrayal has now become a key factor in the fall of the Ziran Empire, and his redemption is complete. As the Ziran command structure collapses, the balance of power shifts decisively in favor of humanity. The Emperor's once unshakable control is gone, and the human resistance, now stronger and more united than ever, prepares to deal the final blow. General Vakra, once an enemy of humanity, now stands side by side with the humans he once sought to destroy. His redemption arc is complete, and he is ready to fight for the future of Earth, even if it costs him his life. The war between humanity and the Ziran Empire has raged for months, and Earth's survival hangs by a thin thread. The Zerans, once confident in their ability to crush humanity, have finally realized the incredible resilience and adaptability of humans. After suffering blow after blow, their emperor is now furious, and his desire for revenge is all-consuming. In a final, desperate move, he unveils his most terrifying weapon, one capable of wiping out Earth and humanity in a single, devastating blast. The Ziran Emperor, unable to accept defeat, orders the activation of the Doomsday Weapon, a planet-killing device hidden on the capital ship of the Ziran fleet. This weapon is unlike anything humanity has ever seen, its energy output is capable of obliterating entire planets. With a single shot, the Emperor plans to reduce Earth to nothingness, erasing humanity's resistance once and for all. The weapon is stationed at the heart of the Ziran capital ship, a massive and heavily fortified vessel that looms above Earth. As it begins to power up, the countdown to humanity's extinction begins. The tension is palpable, and the stakes couldn't be higher. If the weapon is fired, humanity will be wiped out in an instant. Earth's final moments are rapidly approaching. Captain Lena Grant, one of humanity's finest leaders, knows that this is the last chance to save Earth. She leads a specialized strike team on a suicide mission to infiltrate the Ziran capital ship and destroy the weapon before it can fire. The human forces, having grown accustomed to the Ziran technology in warfare, use their advanced cloaking technology and AI-driven drones to sneak aboard the massive Ziran vessel undetected. As they infiltrate the ship, they find themselves up against formidable Xeran defenses, alien soldiers, automated turrets, and high-tech security systems. The humans are vastly outnumbered and outgunned, but their determination to protect their planet drives them forward. The ship's interior is a maze of metal corridors and enormous hangars, filled with advanced alien technology. As the strike team moves deeper into the heart of the capital ship, the action intensifies. What follows is an intense, cinematic battle in close quarters. The humans fight their way through the Xeran ship, facing wave after wave of alien soldiers and automated defenses. Every room they enter is a choke point, and the tension keeps rising as they fight their way through, dodging explosions and enemy fire. The humans use a combination of guerrilla tactics, quick thinking, and advanced weaponry to stay alive. The fight is brutal. Humans and Xerans clash with a fury that can only come from the desperation of knowing that the fate of the entire human race is on the line. Captain Lena Grant proves herself to be a brilliant tactician, constantly adjusting her strategy to the changing battlefield. Her leadership inspires the team, but even she knows that time is running out. As the team finally reaches the core of the capital ship, they encounter a critical obstacle, the Doomsday Weapons Control Center. But it's heavily guarded, and the strike team's entry is met with an overwhelming counterattack. Explosions rock the area, and the humans are forced into a last-ditch defense. General Vakra, who has been working with the humans, fights by Captain Grant's side. After all his internal struggles and moments of redemption, he has become a true ally of humanity. He knows the stakes: if they don't stop the weapon, humanity will perish. He is the one to realize the only way to ensure the mission's success: one of them must sacrifice themselves to trigger the weapon's destruction. In a heartbreaking moment, General Vakra volunteers. He knows it will cost him his life, but his commitment to saving humanity outweighs everything. Captain Grant protests, but the general is resolute. He activates the self-destruct mechanism within the weapon's core, which will take it offline for good. As the countdown begins, the Xeran forces close in, and a final, intense battle erupts around them. In the final moments of the battle, General Vakra sacrifices himself to ensure that the Doomsday weapon is destroyed. The explosion that rips through the Xeran ship is a dramatic and emotional spectacle. General Vakra's death is not just a tactical victory, it serves as a symbol of humanity's spirit and sacrifice. Captain Lena Grant and the surviving members of the strike team manage to escape, but the emotional toll of General Vakra's death is evident. He has given everything, his life, his honor, and his future, for the survival of humanity. His sacrifice serves as a reminder that victory often comes at a high cost. Back on Earth, the countdown to the Doomsday Weapons activation is almost over. With only seconds remaining, Captain Grant and her team watch in horror as the weapon begins to power up. But at the last moment, the countdown halts. The weapon has been disabled, thanks to General Vakra's self-sacrifice. The suspense builds as the survivors of the mission know that the world's future rests in the balance. A final defusal of the weapon is the last chance for humanity. Will it be enough? Will the weapon activate, or is the battle won? As the screen fades to black, the silence that follows General Vakra's final moments speaks volumes. The world is saved, but at a terrible cost. Humanity has proven that, despite all odds, they can survive. They have defeated a technologically superior force, but they have also lost a hero in the process. The victory is bittersweet, but it is the resilience and spirit of humanity that have carried the day. The Xeran Empire, once so confident in their superiority, is now in ruins. And Earth stands victorious, but forever changed. After months of relentless war, humanity stands victorious. The once mighty Xeran Empire, whose armies seemed invincible, is now battered and broken. Their fleet, their weapons, and their pride have all been shattered by a species they underestimated, the humans of Earth. What started as a hopeless conflict for humanity has transformed into a monumental victory. Earth has survived against overwhelming odds, and the Xeran Empire, in defeat, is left to face the consequences of its own arrogance. The Xiran Emperor, who once viewed humanity as nothing more than insignificant insects, now finds himself in a position where he must negotiate peace. His once proud and technologically advanced empire has been decimated. The human resilience, their ability to adapt, fight, and survive, has left the Zerans reeling. After the devastating battles, the emperor, having lost so much, is forced to reconsider his entire belief system. He sits in his grand war room, surrounded by the remnants of his closest advisors, as they discuss the terms of surrender. The Zerans have no choice but to seek a truce, their resources depleted, their forces in disarray, and their leadership in ruins. The human spirit has proven far stronger than any technology they had at their disposal. The emperor, once arrogant and confident in the might of his empire, begins to understand what it is that makes humanity so dangerous. He comes to the realization that humanity's true strength does not lie in advanced technology or overwhelming numbers. It lies in their will to survive. Earth is a death world, a place where life has evolved to endure constant peril. The harsh gravity, dangerous wildlife, and extreme climates have shaped humanity into survivors who will fight to the last breath. The Xiran historian, observing the aftermath of the war, begins to record a sobering lesson for the galaxy, a lesson that will resonate across civilizations for centuries to come. The historian writes, "Never underestimate a species born to fight for survival. The humans of Earth have shown us that willpower, determination, and the instinct to survive can overcome even the greatest of technological advances. Their spirit is indomitable. It cannot be crushed by force. It can only be respected." The peace talks begin. As the human delegation arrives, they are met with an unexpected atmosphere of humility. The Xiran leadership, once so prideful and ruthless, now speaks in quiet tones. They know they have lost, and they now seek to end the war before more lives are lost. The human leaders, led by Captain Lena Grant, are cautious but resolute. They are not looking for vengeance, they simply want peace, for their people and for the future. The Xiran Emperor, once so certain of his empire's superiority, now agrees to the terms of the peace treaty. He signs the document that officially ends the war. The Zerans agree to withdraw their remaining forces from Earth and cease all further aggression. In exchange, Earth will receive reparations, and both sides agree to work together toward a new era of cooperation in the galaxy. As the war ends, humanity's victory becomes a legend that will echo across the stars. The humans' ability to stand firm in the face of overwhelming adversity, to fight back with all their might, is celebrated throughout the galaxy. The Xiran Empire, once a dominant force, is forever marked by its defeat at the hands of a race it underestimated. The galaxy now looks at Earth with a newfound respect. They know that humanity will not back down. The humans are survivors, and that is a force far stronger than any fleet or army. This lesson is carried on by the Xiran historian, whose writings are passed down to future generations. The final lines of the historical account read: "The humans of Earth have taught the galaxy a valuable lesson. It is not technology alone that makes a species powerful, but the will to survive, the heart to fight against impossible odds, and the spirit that will never surrender. Their victory is a reminder to us all, never underestimate those who are born to survive. The humans stand strong, not just as a victorious species, but as a symbol of hope and strength to the galaxy. The world has faced alien invaders, technological superiority, and devastating losses, yet they have triumphed. The human flag is hoisted on Earth's surface and in space, symbolizing a new era for humanity, an era where they are no longer the underdog but a force to be reckoned with." The final shot of the story is of Earth's flag waving proudly in space. It flutters gently in the vacuum, a silent but powerful symbol of humanity's resilience, strength, and unbreakable will. It represents everything that Earth and its people have fought for, a future where they are no longer seen as vulnerable, but as equals in the vast galaxy. As the camera pulls back from the flag, we see space, vast and filled with stars. Humanity's victory over the Xeran Empire is a beacon of hope that will inspire all those who face impossible odds in the future. Earth has proven that no matter how strong an enemy may be, the human spirit will always find a way to survive. The galaxy now knows the truth: Earth is a world like no other, and humanity is a force that will never bow to anyone, no matter how powerful or advanced. The Xeran historian's lesson will remain etched in history forever. And as the story closes, the final shot lingers on Earth's flag in space, reminding everyone that this fight was more than a war, it was a testament to the power of humanity.